sponsored by, why not be sponsored by us? Because,
Perfect.
I saw Julie twice
Wow.
in 1 week.
That's true.
Twice in 1 week in person.
Yeah.
That's more than I think I saw you in 2022.
I agree. I think that's right.
In person. Yeah, look at
Yeah.
us. I gave
Look at us.
you wait, when did I no well 2 weeks before that we saw each
Yeah.
other again. I gave you
Wow.
your birthday present from October.
Right, right. Which means that I have about 6 months to give you your so
Take your time. Take your time.
thank you.
Welcome to Me and Chisme, your number one source for Chisme on the internet. We're back after a week off. Julie, do you feel rested? Do you feel like did you accomplish anything with your time off? No.
No, no. I've just been here waiting for you. Just literally here sitting. No, no.
She's lying.
How was your time off?
It was good. It was
Mm,
fine. I had a
lovely.
birthday.
Mm,
The Oscars happened, which we'll talk about a little
they
bit
did.
later.
They did.
I just got back from Palm Springs.
Mm,
Yeah, celebrating my roommates who are getting married for their little bachelor extravaganza,
mm-hmm.
which was very fun. And yeah, now here we are, ready. Happy Monday, ready for another week,
Mm-hmm.
or Tuesday, or Wednesday,
Lovely.
whatever day you listen. May it be a
Whenever.
happy day.
Yeah.
Oh, happy day. That's all I can sing, or else they'll start charging us for it. I don't know if that's actually true, but they say that on the TV.
Right.
Don't sing the song because then they'll charge you for it.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
who's listening to this that's gonna
Who's
say
doing it?
fork over the money?
Right.
I don't know. Anyways, um, Julie, I'm gonna save the Oscars topic for the actual Oscars, but I do
Yes.
want to talk about the day of the Oscars if you don't mind.
Of course.
You came over to my humble abode
I did.
to
I did.
watch the Oscars.
I did do that.
Um, you were early, or I guess you were on time.
Yes, I was early.
You were early. You
I
were
was
early.
early.
Yeah.
100%.
Of the invited guests, you were the first one there. Yeah. Which
Thank
everyone was on
you.
time by, mind you, everyone was on time, but Julie was,
Yes. Yeah.
yes. Yeah. But Julie was trying to make it a point.
I mean, you got to celebrate your little wins around here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You I think you might have met Christian before, or was this the first time you met
I
Christian?
think this was the first time.
So my friends Christian and Alex came over to watch. My roommates were here. My roommate Ken's mom was here. Dawn, hi Dawn. I don't think Dawn
Hi,
listens, but
Dawn.
hi Dawn. Um, um, Alex and Christian both separately at two different times asked me, uh, "What did Julie say?" And I was like, "I don't know. I haven't talked to her."
What a way to find out that we don't often talk other than in this podcast.
No, but that goes to show you that we're having genuine conversations because
100%.
if we talked all the time, what would we talk about on here? You know what I mean?
Nothing. Yeah.
We do it for all of you. But no, both Alex and Christian were like, what did she say? Did Julie say anything? So Julie, I would like to give you the opportunity now to address Christian and Alex on mind you. Okay, I didn't tell Julie we were doing this, so
No, you didn't.
Julie, be careful. Would you like to address Alex and Christian? And do you have any thoughts on them? Is basically I think what they want to know.
Yeah. Alex and Christian. What a blast was it to hang out with you two? Now, okay, look, I can understand how now this sounds like fluff, but it's not. It was a blast. It was a blast. Alex, I've never felt safer in anyone's arms. Okay?
Wait, you were in his arms?
Yeah, when he hugged me. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
He does give good hugs.
He gives a great hug.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, it was a black Christian. I love somebody who's asking me about movies when they already know about movies. You know what I mean? No offense,
Yes.
Adrian.
Yeah, I know. I know. I know. I know. No, I know.
It was just they're so fun. Sometimes I get, me.
I know
I'm
you.
like new energy. What's
Yeah.
it gonna be like? The vibe's a little anxious.
Hmm.
At ease completely, 100% immediately. I felt
Hmm.
no like sometimes you're like, does this person like me? I was
Hmm.
like, I like them, they like me, we're having a great time.
Hmm.
We're having a great time.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was great. It was fun. I love people with like a kind energy. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You have to work at it to
Hmm.
like just have a good time watching some famous people get some awards. It was just
Hmm.
like easy going. It
Hmm.
was a blast.
Yeah.
Adrian, phenomenal hosting.
Oh no.
It was
Just
wonderful.
thank you.
What a great
Thank you.
time.
I like to host.
It
Yeah.
was fun. It was a
My
great time.
friends. Yeah. I like to host. Um, okay, great. Well, there you have it, Alex and Christian.
There you
Julie's
have it.
thoughts on when she met you for the first time. We'll see. I'll ask you again when you meet them, maybe for like the fourth or fifth time.
Well, now I'll be sitting here waiting for Alex and Christian to send a voice memo to tell me their thoughts of what it was. Did I meet your expectations, or were you like that was underwhelming?
Say it a little
Um,
bit louder, Julie, so that they hear you
exactly.
clearly. Okay.
Exactly. Those voice memos need to be in the DM no later than usually Thursdays because that's when we record
Right.
sometimes.
Right. Well, and Christian has been saying that, not to call Christian out, but I'm going to call Christian out. Christian's been saying that he's going to submit one for a while and he hasn't. But maybe he's just shy. Are you shy, Christian? Don't be shy. This is a
Don't
safe
be
space.
shy. You have a
Yeah.
beautiful voice. We would
Isn't it
love to
isn't it
hear it.
isn't it beautiful?
100%.
Well, both of them have beautiful voices. They're
Yes.
like very like sexy,
Mm.
um but not like what's the word? It's sexy but comfortable at the same time. You
Mm.
know what I mean? They make you feel safe. Yeah,
They make you feel safe.
they make you feel safe.
That is a perfect description of Christian and Alex.
Yeah.
Because that's how that I'm not just saying people are like, okay, bitch. No,
Uh-huh.
I swear. I
Mm-hmm.
swear. When you meet new people, you're like, oh, what's the vibe here? There was
Mm-hmm.
no thoughts of that. It was just
Right.
like ease.
Right. Right. And you
Yeah.
obviously know my roommates Jaime and Ken already.
Yes, they were great too.
Yes.
Catch Jaime sending in a voice memo about how I didn't say that Jaime and Ken were also good. Don was wonderful, and
That
Goose
was lovely.
a little fierce at first, if I may say so.
Uh-huh. Did he bark at
I
you
didn't
when you first came in?
absolutely no
Yeah.
when he woke
Oh
up,
yeah. Well, oh yes, right. Because
the audacity.
Goose had spent the weekend at his overnight care because his papas were out of town. And so that was
Mhm.
his first day back. And when he comes back from his daycare, when he's been there like all day, multiple days in a row, he is tired. And it's
Right.
really quite funny because it's like here's this dog like just spent a whole weekend with his friends and he's so exhausted that all he wants to do is sleep, and it's just so funny and
I love
cute,
that.
you
I
know.
love that. Yeah.
um Anyways, yeah. Yeah, but he barked because this was the first time you had ever met Goose,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
he just likes to put up a front.
Yeah, I'll
And
let
then
it
he went
slide.
back, and then he, like a teenager, went and slept in his
Yeah.
room for most of the night until
Mhm.
towards the end. Anyways, okay, well, we can't wait to have you back, Julie.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Okay, great. Awesome. I will let me say one more thing about that. And let me say
Mm.
this.
Okay.
I had also invited somebody else to come over for Oscars, but they couldn't make it. But
Ooh.
the one reason that they were like, well, was because I told them that you were going to be there.
That's why they couldn't come?
No, that's why they would
Oh,
have
oh.
come. That's
Oh
why
my
they almost came.
God. My heart.
Yeah.
I hope I live up to all these expectations that you guys are throwing my way.
It was Anne. Yeah.
Oh my God. Anne, I would have loved to meet you, Anne. Sometimes I'm
Wait,
not
you guys
that
have
funny in
never met?
person, though.
Huh?
I don't think so.
No, yeah, I don't think you have actually.
No.
Anna is my roommate Jaime's little sister who lives 2 blocks down from us. But
Mm,
she's a little bit Anna, not me speaking for Anna, but I'm gonna assume, they're um of a younger generation, and they're like the
right.
Oscars. Although I think they were
Right.
maybe watching the beginning, but they were also watching the last episode of The Last of
The
Us. There you go.
which understandable.
Absolutely, which most people probably would have done anyways. Anyways, um, yes. Okay, wonderful. Look at that.
Okay.
Well, I guess it's only time for us to do some fan mail. And Julie, I don't want to say that you are a hot topic, but you're kind of a hot topic around here.
Yeah.
Are your
Yeah.
ears burning? Because
They're on fire.
the people are talking about you, Julie.
Yeah.
Can we recap a little bit of in the last episode we had fan mail from D,
Hmm.
and do you mind recapping a little bit what the question was, what the conversation was, Julie, so that our listeners have a refresher? Because there was a response to the last fan mail that we got.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, bear with me because that was 2 weeks ago and I did not prepare for this. So I'm pretty
Julie, are you
sure.
not reading the producer's notes? Angie, where are the notes?
um, Dee was asking why. I think the initial conversation was she was asking why
Why you?
when talking about partner, looking for
Uh-huh.
somebody, I always am like, I'm looking for a husband. And then I was like, biphobia.
Uh-huh.
Biphobia is real. And lesbians don't want to date me, unfortunately. And I think that was the last one, right? Was the one
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, and yeah, basically you said that, when you try to date women or talk to women, they kind of,
They're not vibing with that.
they're not vibing. Well, D has something to say about that. Shall we?
Let's.
Um, Listen, I love a long DM. I love a long voice memo.
Mm,
And D
same.
delivers every time.
Oh, yes, she
So
does.
grab your
Yes, she
popcorn,
does.
everybody.
Yes.
Here we go.
I just got done listening to the Pod Loves. It's your number one fan. And I don't know why I didn't mention this before, but I am also a Pisces. My 34th birthday is on the 14th. I'm a Pi baby. So, yes, Pisces. I thought I should have mentioned it because I feel like that would have gave me even more points. God, I love the episode. It was so good. I First, I want to touch on the Jonathan Majors, Michael B. Jordan thing. I really loved y'all commentary on it. I think it's such a shame that men are afraid, cis het men are afraid of male affection. I feel like if more men were comfortable in their skin and comfortable with male affection, they'd be far more well adjusted. And I also think it's just tragic that so many men allow society and other men to define their masculinity for them instead of defining it for themselves. A lot of men are, from the moment, they're little babies, from the moment they can understand gender, are forced to perform their gender, not just be their gender, how they see fit and how they're comfortable, which is just so terrible, which leads to other terribleness. So I really enjoyed y'all commentary on that. Now, as far as Julie's sexuality, yes, I'm very nosy. I don't know what to tell you. I don't think I can help you with hooking you up with anybody because I'm all the way on the East Coast and y'all all the way over there. So I'm sorry. I don't think I could be any help. At first, when you were talking, I'm like, there's no way she isn't lesbian catnip. Like, she's amazing. Like, I I'm a lesbian myself, and I totally date you, Julie. Like, but then the second you mentioned the biphobia in the lesbian community, I'm like, oh God, yes. Obviously, I don't think that way, but biphobia from women loving women is so prevalent and so ugly, and I'm just very, very sorry, that could possibly be the case, that there's women who wouldn't want to deal with you because you're open sexually and not just a lesbian. So I'm sorry to hear that. And that, I mean, that absolutely could be the case. And that is so unfortunate because you truly just seem so great. I can't imagine that, any woman wouldn't be, super geek to date you. Yeah, I mean, I didn't mean to put you on blast. I didn't mean to put you on blast. I understand you feeling more resigned to, your possible life partner being a man. That makes so much sense. Good luck to you. I would say both of you, but Adrian don't really seem like he's interested in dating. So good luck to you, Julie, on your path to trying to find a life partner. I think you're beautiful inside and out, and whoever ends up with you will be very, very lucky. I'm sorry to.
Well, first of all, Dee, thank you so much for continuing to participate here and send us fan mail. And also, thank you for listening to our little conversations here. We appreciate you. Now, Julie, have you ever thought about moving to the East Coast?
You know what, Dee? Dee, if you're not careful, I'm gonna fall in love with you. And then what? And then where do we stand? Dee, oh my God. First of all, when I first listened to that voicemail, blushing like crazy. I was like, oh my God, Dee, you're the nicest human. I don't know what this says about me, but no one has ever talked to me like that. My heart full. Oh my God. Dee, move to Los Angeles now.
Dee, have you ever thought about moving to LA?
Yeah.
Orange County? Riverside County? Anything.
And we'll take it. That is very sweet. And I also want to be clear. Biphobia, though I do feel it like prevalent in when it comes to like women that I'm interested in, men showcase that in a very different way, and sometimes you don't look at it as biphobia, but like a straight man will be like, what about a threesome? You know what I mean? And to me, that's like a form of biphobia. Like, you don't really understand it. You are sensationalizing it. That was a hard word. And this idea that, we're a fetish instead of like a real rounded human being who happens to be attracted to all the humans, just everyone. But yes, lesbians struggle. But we're still out here. We're swiping. I swipe on every one of them. And I hope that one day and you know what? I have thought about erasing the bisexual from my bio. But I'm like, honestly, I'd rather know immediately than like get disappointed down the line and like I'm into this girl and then I'm like, I'm bisexual and they're like, gross. They're not gonna say gross, but you know what I mean. Like, it won't work out.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, listen. I mean, I love, huh? I'm not going to I'm not gonna put anybody on the spot, and I'm not going to make anybody feel uncomfortable. And I'll just say this: I'm gonna ship it. We're shipping, and if you don't know what that means, Google it. But why not?
I like how he's like, I'm not gonna put anybody on the spot, and I'm not gonna make any comment, except I'm gonna say this.
But this is the last comment I'll make, unless I'm specifically asked to comment on something.
Right.
But I mean, why not?
Right.
Why
Right.
not? Why not believe in love? Why not want love for the people that you love?
Right. Right. Right.
And how that love comes to be
Yeah.
can come in a variety of many mysterious ways. Sometimes it
Right.
just lands on your doorstep.
Sometimes it does.
And that's all I'm going to say about that. D, our number one fan, thank you so much. I appreciate it. We appreciate it.
We do. We do. Thank you so much.
Yes. Yeah. Julie, do you know your Instagram handle? Just curious if you know what that is.
I do.
What is?
I do.
Just remind me. Sorry, so sorry. Julie
It's at Julie
Explores.
Explores.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Right. Right.
Just lost. I don't. I had to ask the question for some reason.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways. Okay. Well, listen. The fan mail isn't over
No,
because
it's not.
and this is a little bit of a special treat. I believe this is the first time?
No.
No.
And now she's gonna yell at you for saying that.
Okay. Well, listen. Maybe when she starts to show up to work, then I'll start to remember when she does things around here.
That's a good point.
The one and only.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when was it D who asked about if Angie was a real person? Somebody asked.
Someone did ask. Someone did a real person, just not our actual producer.
We like to make fun. Listen, we don't have an actual producer here. You know, this isn't like the shows that you hear and you watch on YouTube where the producer is standing somewhere nearby and they're doing all the things. We do this all by ourselves. If you couldn't tell.
The only one standing nearby is like that head cutout of Jake Gyllenhaal behind my wall. That's the only person that's really keeping an eye on us. So that should really tell you everything.
Yes.
So,
yeah. It's scarce in here. Very scarce. So we like to play a little game, a little inside joke about how Angie, who's Julie's good friend, is our producer. And sometimes we'll yell at her because she doesn't come to work. And well, I think she's had enough of it because boy, did she let into Julie. Let's listen to this.
Jesus Christ.
Hey there, Yumi and Chisme. First off, you know I love me an Angie named Brown. I love it. Can't get enough. More, please. Second, interesting to hear you say, Julie, that you want someone to take charge and make decisions. Recently, you and I went to a movie screening and there was an Indian restaurant next to it. I was like, ooh, let's get a bite here. And you're like, okay. You let me pretty much order for us. And you're like, okay. A few bites in and I'm asking you if you like it. And you're like, yeah, I've never had Indian food before. Julie, you need to say things like this before it's happening. Thankfully, you liked it. I hope. But now I know. I'm going to always be saying, ooh, let's eat here and making that decision for us. Okay, bye.
Now, let me tell you why I love Angie. Because she literally called in just to be like, Julie, you're crazy. You're weird. What was the point of the story, Angie?
What literally was the point? Because all you proved, Angie, is that I let you take the lead and it worked out for both of us. So I don't know what the point of that. Why am I here? Like, what is the point? Because all you literally said was you said nothing. We chose a restaurant. I ordered the food and Julie liked it. Okay, and
you want to know what the most interesting thing about that story is that this was the first time you were ever having Indian food.
I know that is really shocking to me as well. But like, you know, sometimes like I tend to eat like when I'm starving. So when I'm already starving, it's like I don't want to try something new. I want something that I know is going to be good and I'm going to like it. So something I've already tried. It's just like it's never come up. Trust me, Candace already yelled at me about this as well. She was like, "How have we?" never have you never said you've never had Indian food? I'm like, it's never come up. Like, I don't know.
What is other food that you've never had? We should make that a series on TikTok.
I think that's it, to be honest. I've
Boring.
had Greek, I've had Mediterranean, I've had Nigerian food. No, Ethiopian food.
Okay.
Ethiopian food. I've had it all. Chinese food, Thai food, sushi. Like, I've had it all. I
I'm
mean,
sure there's
someone's gonna be
something out
like,
there.
you didn't mention this. Okay, fine. But yeah.
If you have a suggestion for Julie to try, DM us and we'll do it on we'll film it on TikTok. I'll go with you.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay.
Also, though, back to Angie.
Oh, you're right.
I'm not done with her. I'm not done with her. I like how she says at the end of the voice memo, she said, now I know that I'll have to be picking what the hell do you think we've been doing in our friendship? Bitch, tell me one restaurant I've said, let's go to this. Tell me one. Angie, you can't. You can't. And I think we would both agree that we've had wonderful dining experiences.
Mm-hmm. You know, Angie's married to a chef.
Yeah, she is.
So I don't know, makes her kind
Which
of an
is
expert.
even more of a reason why we've had we always go and eat at the restaurants he works at. I mean, we're just having a blast in our food dining experiences. So what I have to ask again, what was the point of that memo? Other than to say Julie needs someone to tell her what to do. She does it and it works out. Okay. So what are we I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the tone of the voice memo was like accusatory, but somehow you were agreeing with me because it worked out for both of us. You had delicious food and I had delicious food and we had a blast. So Angie, what was the point? What y'all better not keep trying me because I'm not gonna have my New Year's resolutions thrown in my face. I'm not gonna have my dating checklist thrown in my face only to prove my point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I want to be clear. Adrian, do you agree that Angie just called in to say, Adrian, do you agree that Angie just called in to say Julie needs someone to take charge? I took charge. We ate food. She loved it. And I loved it.
Uh-huh. I think that she called to make it a point to say that you had never had Indian food before.
Okay.
And that you should share that next time so that Angie doesn't pick.
What could have been the difference?
Hold on. So that Angie doesn't pick a restaurant that you're not going to like because she's going to be the one to like it. I think that's what I got from it.
Okay. But first, when we got out of the screening, I wasn't even that hungry. So it was like, I'm not dying to eat. So whatever I eat, it will be consumed. It'll be fine because I'm not like starving for food right now. So it was like, if we're gonna, there's very little in my brain that's like Indian food's going to be bad. I've always been like, Indian food's probably delicious. I just like haven't had time to like order it and eat it and blah, 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 whatever.
Sure.
I just like, your voice was fine, Angie, but like your tone was not. Your tone felt like you were telling me something was wrong while your voice and your words were telling me it worked out for us. So I need you to do better. I don't want to have to fire you. I've never fired anyone before.
Well, hold on. She's got to show up to work first before she can be fired.
You're already on thin ice is what Adrian is saying.
No, listen, I'm on Angie's side here.
I don't know how. I don't know how. You could be. I don't know how.
So funny. Angie. Angie. The voice memo was slightly it did. There was something
An
missing.
attack.
It was an attack.
It was an attack to
No.
confirm what I was saying.
No, listen, this is what Angie was saying. I know what Angie was saying. Angie was saying, Julie, next time I suggest a restaurant, let me know if you've had it before. Because if you haven't, then I'm not going to take you to eat at that restaurant because I'm not willing to risk our meal that we're going to share together on a meal that you've never on a cuisine that you've never had before.
But how does that make sense?
She wants you to speak up
But like, why?
so that she doesn't take you to somewhere that you're not going to like.
How does she know I'm not gonna like it though? And how do I know I'm not gonna like it if I've never had it before?
The other thing that you could say is I've never had it, but I want to try it, so let's go. But just so you know, I've never had it, so that when she does order, she's maybe picking some of the easier things if it's if it's a cuisine outside of your regular repertoire.
No.
Okay. Okay. Angie, I tried.
I'm still not gonna say anything. One, because like, how did it change our outcome?
Mm-hmm.
And like,
sure.
you know what I mean? It's not like we're like in, eating very outlandish food.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we're being honest, it's all chicken and rice with different seasonings. You know what I mean? Different sauces. How horrible could it be? It's not going to be horrible food. It's all, I've had a version of this food before. It's not like we're going to eat. I mean, fine, I get it. She's going to be like, we didn't order chicken, we ordered lamb. Bitch, I get it. But you know what I mean? Angie would. She would have sent a voice memo yelling at me, ignoring everything I said, and just said, by the way, bitch, we ordered lamb, not fine. I'm just saying.
This the end of your friendship?
I don't know, Angie, is it? No. It's not. Of course it's not. No, I just find that really funny.
Mm-hmm. Angie, personally, I loved your voicemail. I think you should send more. About Julie.
Christian, this is your time to shine.
No, Christian would never.
Christian would.
No,
Christian would. He would.
No, he wouldn't.
Christian.
No.
Our DMs
first of all, I didn't call Angie and say, Angie, send in a voicemail.
But you encouraged it.
Well, because it was funny. And so now that it works.
Well, now let's see how funny Christian is.
No, Christian would never.
Let's figure it out. Guys, you're making me look really bad.
Personally,
we self-reflect before we send a voice memo. We need to start doing that. I'm just kidding.
I mean, what
Christian, don't send anything mean because
no, but he wouldn't.
He'll kill me.
No, I don't have to worry about that. What I'm telling you is that I don't have to worry about Christian because he wouldn't. Okay.
Was that a tremble in your voice?
No, it was not a tremble. Yeah, you know what? It was a tremble because of how emotional he makes me feel about how much I trust him. Okay, how about that, Julie?
No one buys it.
Eat that with your chicken tikka masala.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways,
what a start to our week.
Please keep sending voicemails, whether you know us or not.
We actually no longer accept voice memos with the name Julie in them. So just editor's note.
No, listen, I think that people are just fascinated by you and they want to know more. And let's
don't know if that's a good thing.
Let's not deprive our listeners of what they want. They don't want to hear some little random. I can barely, put two sentences together, and they know that, so they don't ask about They don't ask about me. Anyways, listen, I think it's great. I would love to see you and Angie go to dinner on TikTok. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And I want like commentary from Angie.
Great. Okay.
Angie, by the way, I love your voice. Okay. Anyways, well, listen, and do you have anything else to say, Julie, before we go and get into these hot topics here?
I don't.
You don't. You're at
I
peace.
don't. I don't
with
know about
everything.
that.
Huh?
I don't know about that. I don't know about
Oh,
that.
okay. Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna hire someone specifically to go back and re-listen to every single episode and find things about Adrian that I can be like, remember that one time that you said you were gonna do this and you never did it?
Yeah, I can show you. I can tell you a lot of those.
I would like our fans too. Okay. I would like our TMs are open. Start sending those voice memos in.
And before you send in a DM about what show I said I was going to watch, I mean,
that was never gonna happen, and you need
first
to,
of all,
yeah.
who says that it's not in my queue? Okay, I'm not dead yet, so you can't say that I haven't done it. So
yeah.
direct your mail to somebody else if that's going to be your complaint.
Cut to 10 years from now, Adrian coming on here and being like, so I finally finished Grey's Anatomy. And
you know what? That's how long it might take me. So
it absolutely will. It absolutely will. Yeah.
What do you want me to do about it?
I mean, watch something. Anything.
I'm watching a lot of things.
Not Bravo related.
Okay, well then I don't know what to tell you. I literally keep their lights on. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they thank you. They appreciate it. Yeah.
Of course. And you know what? When we get invited to BravoCon next year, you'll have to.
That's true.
Because what we're not going to do, is embarrass ourselves.
Not in front of Andy.
Not in front of Andy. Yeah, that's his name.
Okay.
But not in front of any of the housewives either.
Right.
Julie.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on. Okay. Listen, since we took a week off, it's time to do what we do best.
Yeah.
It's time for a full episode of the Pop Culture Pop-Up. First up on the Pop Culture Pop-Up. Yes, it's been over a week since they happened, but yes, we're going to talk about them. The Oscars. Julie, as we discussed, you came over to watch, so I know you watched.
I did. Yeah.
Give us your thoughts.
I did watch all 7 hours of them. It was good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Not as many awkward moments as I usually mute.
Mm-hmm.
Because I couldn't mute them because Adrian had control of the television. But
there's no muting here.
Right. But usually like the banter of presenters, mute. If a speech is going a little too long, mute. I just know it's going to get awkward. They're going to get cut off. People are not going to laugh. Like, I don't like those moments. And I did have to sit through them here, and it wasn't that terrible because I had distractions so that I wasn't like in this moment with these two people that are clearly actors, but somehow don't know how to banter. It's weird.
Do you think that maybe it's the writing? Like,
I don't know, because sometimes you hear it and you're like, I could see how this could have been funny. But somehow it wasn't.
Yeah.
And also I feel like these two humans have never interacted with another human being ever. You know what I mean? Like, it's that kind of awkward.
Banter doesn't come naturally to a lot of people.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah. I mean, well, and forced banter doesn't come naturally to anybody. So, but those moments don't make me feel uncomfortable.
I love that for you.
I kind of really enjoy them.
I envy that.
Really? Like, you get secondhand embarrassment.
Like, very strong. I get like cringy. Like, you weren't on the couch, but there was a moment when it was like the short documentary, I think that one, when the two Indian women got up to accept, and the first Indian woman was giving her speech, and you can tell the second one was like just waiting for her to be done so that she could, her phone was out, she was ready, she was like antsy to like get up on the mic, and then she gets up on the mic and then she got played out. She didn't
That's
get
Hollywood,
to say
baby.
And I've been thinking about that moment at least twice a week.
But
since
what
it
about
happened.
it makes you uncomfortable? The fact that she
She's
was
uncomfortable.
embarrassed, or like,
Yeah.
no, she's now uncomfortable. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Now I know that you're uncomfortable.
Uh-huh.
And now, not more than that. Now I know multiple people. This secondhand embarrassment is not a unique, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I know people were in the building, and now
Mm-hmm.
that, have you seen the video of Paul Mescal when that happened?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Paul
Yeah.
Mescal is me. I am Paul Mescal. Like
Right.
I automatically feel like, oh, that was rough. Like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
that was, so that's what I can't watch a lot of The Office, guys, because it gives me secondhand embarrassment.
But that's
That's true.
acting.
And yet,
Interesting. I
yeah.
watched the entire series of The Office back in like, I don't know. I was gonna give a date, but I actually don't know.
Wow. I mean, do you know that episode of when he goes and there's a scholarship at a school, but he doesn't have that scholarship at the school?
You're talking about an episode of The Office?
The Office,
You're
yes.
asking me to recall a
Oh,
specific
you're not gonna.
episode of a
You're right. You're right. You're right.
9 year
You're right. Rookie
series?
mistake. Rookie mistake.
The
Anyway,
only thing I remember
I
about that show is the Chris Brown song when they're walking down the aisle. I'm just kidding. I remember a couple things. I don't remember that specific episode. It's been a
I
long
need you to be
time.
better.
I'm
Well,
a
anyway,
good human being, and that's what should count. Okay.
that's true. That is true.
I can't remember episodes of The Office, and I'm sorry.
But ask him about a 1995 episode of the Rosie O'Donnell show, and he's gonna know he's gonna know what she had on her desk
I won't.
to a T. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Anyway, but alas, not a lot of those moments at the Oscars. There was a couple,
Mhm.
but I feel like they passed quickly, and I
I
do
think
feel like they were trying to get it done.
right. The Rockin'
Emily
Emily
Blunt.
Blunt. That one was a little rough, I think, from what I
Yeah.
remember.
Which is weird because they've done a movie together.
Right. And so that's why I'm just like, but see, and so I'm thinking maybe they have such a real genuine relationship outside of this, so now they're trying to put on this facade, and it isn't what their actual, it's not how they actually communicate,
Right.
so it's harder for them to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. Which honestly could be the case. I would be interested to know. I feel like I have this memory, correct me if I'm wrong, this memory for some reason of celebrities rehearsing this part of award shows, the banter. Like, I don't know what someone said it. So I don't know why I had this
Like, what do you
idea
mean? Like
that
they
maybe,
rehearse like the specific, like
yeah, like
Dwayne.
they come in when like the people are rehearsing, like
Yeah,
camera blocking and
yeah,
all that, and then they come and rehearse the
yes. However,
okay.
they don't all show up to the rehearsal.
See, that's the thing where I'm like, maybe this is the first time that they're seeing this information, and maybe that's why it's so awkward. Because it's awkward no matter who is paired.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Dwayne The Rock Johnson nor Emily Blunt showed up to rehearsal, TBH.
Valid. Absolutely.
And they were like,
valid.
I know Emily. Oh, and then they're both
Yeah.
like, oh, you want me to do a little bit of banter? Of course, I'm an actor. It's
Yeah.
going to be easy. But,
Yeah.
you know, it's hard. It's hard. It doesn't matter who you are.
No.
Why do you think Meryl Streep doesn't present at award shows? Because
she's intelligent.
Yeah. She's like, what?
Yeah.
Where is Meryl Streep, by the way? Meryl.
She was filming
Only Murders in the Building. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Talk about a show Adrian has watched.
Talk about a TV show. I can't wait for that one to come back. And guess what? I'm gonna watch that one every week. You want to know what?
Okay,
you want to
tell
know
me.
What? If
I always do.
If Hulu brings back Only Murders in the Building and the Kardashians at the same time,
right?
Oof, I'm sucking Hulu's dick. Okay. Yeah, deep throating it because they deserve it.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
I hope for that level of happiness for you.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And for the dick you're sucking. So
Hulu's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, thoughts about the winners, Julie?
Um,
First of all, how well did you do on your ballot? Do you remember?
13.
I can look up your score right here.
Okay, well, thank God I didn't lie.
Hold on 1 second.
I think it was 13.
Where's your ballot? Did you throw it away?
I don't know.
I have Ken. I have Dawn. I have
Awkward.
Christian. I have Alex. And I have Jaime. And I have mine. Somehow mysteriously disappeared.
I do think it was like 13 or something.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
And I would like to say, I could have gotten the best actor. Adrian, tell him. Adrian, tell him how I could have gotten the best actor. I didn't write who I knew was going to win. I chose to write Colin Farrell for
And that is your own fault.
Okay, but I said it out loud. Everyone knew that I knew Brendan Fraser was gonna win.
Yeah, I got that one wrong, actually.
Say it like you mean it.
Okay, no, she said that she thinks Brendan Fraser was gonna win. The game is over, Julie. And I don't have your ballot. I did, just FYI, I did win the Oscar ballot. It usually always comes down to me and my friend Ken, my roomie Ken. But I beat Ken.
Ken did not do great.
He didn't. No, Ken came in second place.
Okay, but look where everyone else was. So
no, Ken got 16 and I got 17.
I mean, no, never mind.
I got actor in a supporting role, actress in a leading role, actress in a supporting role, animated feature film, cinematography, directing, director, documentary feature film, documentary short film, film editing, international feature film, original song, best picture, animated short film, live action short. No, I didn't get that one. I did get sound, visual effects, adapted screenplay, and original screenplay.
Okay. What did you?
I work hard. I was happy to see Everything Everywhere All at Once won a lot. I was happy to see that they won Best Picture. I was surprised by Quiet on the Western Front. All Quiet? Is it Quiet or All Quiet? I was also shocked to learn that it's a German film. What?
Right. Same.
All Quiet on the Western Front. I did pick Austin Butler to win. Because I thought that he was going to win, because I thought the Academy was going to give it to him because of like Lisa Marie. Lisa Marie. They love a biopic, all that type of stuff. But Brendan Fraser won, which I was very happy to see him win. I thought he deserved it.
I don't know about all that, but
in the sense that he had a comeback story.
See, I hate that.
I mean, listen, I didn't watch any of these films.
I know.
So
but I know that that's like the general consensus,
right?
Which is like the same thing that irks me about this, and Jamie Lee Curtis winning, where the general consensus is she's been around for so long, she deserves it, she needs her flowers, we're gonna vote for her. When it's like, give me one thing that Jamie Lee Curtis added to the film. That's it. That's the end of the sentence. Give me one thing that she, you know what I mean? This was
Did you watch Black Panther?
Yes, I did.
The second one?
Yeah.
Oh,
she was phenomenal. I mean, if I would have been like fairy godmother, this is who deserves it. Stephanie Hsu deserved it. Right. That was her film. That was her literal story.
Right.
How do you push Jamie Lee Curtis so hard? And like, it was very that whole category is very frustrating to me. And the fact that Jamie Lee Curtis won so many times, I don't like it, because critics and anonymous voters, you know, how they get interviewed by like different outlets, have said that the reason why they voted for her is because she deserves her flowers. She's been
Right.
around for so long. And I think that's such a stupid reason to vote for
Okay,
someone.
let me ask you this.
Okay.
We know each other.
Okay.
In 30 years, a lot has changed.
Uh-huh.
And I'm up for a big award.
Okay.
Maybe, maybe I didn't do the best. Maybe you like
Okay.
somebody else. But would you vote for me?
Is Colin Farrell in the running? That changes everything, baby.
Okay. Enough. That's enough said. I understand.
I don't look. I love my
no,
movies.
you don't have to say anything else. I completely understand.
I love my movies.
Angie, come in and take over. I'm just kidding.
Get to the next one.
Listen,
Some of them
I agree
yelling
with
at me
you.
for being mean to you.
Right. I agree with you. But I think it's hard sometimes to not think that way if you like know this person.
Right.
Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say.
And I agree with that. I'm just saying I don't think it's right, but I agree that that's the way that it is, and
Right.
why the Jamie Lee Curtises and the white women and the white men keep getting through is because they
Right.
have experience. They have all the friends and the families and the, you know, their legacies are a little bit longer than someone
Absolutely.
else's could be, which
Right.
is unfortunate.
Of course.
But did you also see there's like a lot of discourse? I know that me and Ken saw it when it first happened, of Angela Bassett's reaction to the win. And then there was a bunch of discourse online about whether that was appropriate, whether it wasn't. Some white woman was like, she couldn't have even smiled, she couldn't have even clapped. She's the only one that didn't clap, blah blah blah. And it's like, does she need to? I don't think.
And then but these are the same people who are also like, why does everybody need a participation trophy?
Yeah.
It's like, she lost. It's a competition.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be happy for all of your competitors anytime you lose.
Right.
I mean, come on.
And it's ridiculous to assume that the celebrities in these categories don't know a little bit of the discourse. You know what I mean? Like, they have to know a little bit about what's going on, what's the buzz around the situation. Angela Bassett had to have known what people are saying in terms of like, Jamie Lee Curtis deserves it because she's been around for some. Angela Bassett has been around for just as long, I think.
And maybe Angela Bassett doesn't like Jamie Lee Curtis.
And that's
How about
so
that?
okay. And that's so okay. Yeah.
How about that? Okay. Well, maybe next year we'll live stream us watching the Oscars.
Right. That would be fun.
Will it though? I don't know.
Alex is gonna yell at you because he definitely did.
Oh yeah, he did. He
suggested it.
He did.
And we both just silently sat there with the comment in the air.
Well, he wouldn't have signed the waiver, you know.
Right.
I would have needed him to be okay with, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I'm just kidding. Listen, it's a lot of us eating, so I'm not sure people want to watch that entirely. Okay. Thank you. Next up on the Pop Culture Pop-Up, Taylor Swift is in her era's era, as she says. Taylor Swift's new stadium tour kicked off this past weekend in Arizona, and she's swimming.
She is.
Did you see that? She literally she dives into the bottom of the stage, and then you can see she's not actually swimming,
right?
But I'm sure there's people out there who think that she's actually swimming,
and I love that for them.
Do we though? Because
I kind of do.
How old are they?
Honestly, I love that for them no matter what. Keep the magic alive, I say.
Right. Okay. I like that. Let's live. Okay. Julie, any thoughts on Taylor Swift and her new era and these new songs that she released?
I just want to say a quick shout out to all the Swifties. I am attending a Taylor Swift concert every night because these bitches are live streaming on TikTok like nobody's business. I'm seeing the whole thing. I had to buy 0 tickets and I've seen the concert 3 times already. So it's been a blast for me because depending on how you scroll, you may get front row, you may get behind, you know what I mean? Obstructed view. You never know what you're gonna get.
Right.
But I she's playing for 3 hours and 10 minutes, a total of 44 songs.
I saw that.
This bitch is insane. That's insane. Regardless of what you think of Blondie, that is an insane stamina to have over and over, night after night.
I agree with you, but let me ask you this question.
I will answer it.
44 songs, but is it like, are like 3 of them 30 seconds each? You know what I mean? Like what are we doing? I mean, now don't get me wrong, 3 hours and 10 minutes is a long show.
Yes.
Very long.
And baby, that's her set.
Right. And there she has what, 2 openers?
She has
I mean, this
openers.
is a music festival at this point.
Yeah.
You gotta get there so early.
Yeah.
But I would have loved to see Paramore, by the way. Paramore open for her.
Yeah.
Yes. But 3 hours is a long time.
It is a long time. And I think she does medleys, which is like a one song blending into another kind of thing. But she does a 10-minute version of All Too Well. I've seen, yeah. So I mean, that's a big chunk of the time. And I have seen full performances of a lot of her songs. I mean, again, I do stumble across the live streams, but I'm not sitting there for 3 hours and watching the entire thing. So I don't know. By the time the tour ends, I'll have seen the entire thing. But I do see that she sings, and she's not just singing; she's like dancing, doing her little thing, you know, like white girl dancing. We love that for her. But I mean, she sounds like this.
I saw a photo where she's like bending down forwards and her hand is behind her, and it looks like she's pointing her microphone into her butt. And then somebody said something about a fart. It was funny. I don't know the actual tweet, but it just happened to be one of those like interesting photos, you know?
I love that for her. I love that for her, and I love that you found that tweet. But yeah, I mean, I think it's great. I think it's absolutely insane. I am interested to see if she ends up canceling any shows due to like voice strains or like getting...
I mean, I would have to say postpone, right, Taylor?
Yeah, she would postpone.
This is a lot of money.
That's crazy. I mean, I love this. I mean, I hate to use the word era, but era of concert going where people go all out and dress up in a theme of the musician. They do it for Harry Styles. Now they're doing it for Taylor Swift. Like, that's my favorite.
What are they dressing up for Taylor? Like, what's the
like different eras? Like,
I see.
There's a lot of Lavender for her song Lavender Haze. Then they'll dress like different versions of Taylor. There's all kinds of stuff. She has this song with the lyric. I saw it yesterday with the lyric that says, "He's sunshine and I'm midnight rain." And I saw this guy dressed in a sun and this girl had like a cloud over her. I'm just like, the creativity. I love it. However, I have seen quite a few videos of people like talking shit about like how horrible concert etiquette is now. And I'd like to concur and say I've been to concerts since the pandemic and I agree. It's like everyone forgot how to go outside.
What was their specific complaint? Like, what's the issue?
People were saying that there's a lot of mean girl behavior, a lot of meanness happening, which is a very weird coming from Swifties, because it's like... Wait,
you're saying it's weird that the Swifties are mean?
With each other.
Oh, with each other. I see.
Yeah, I see. Because it's like you spend your entire lives defending yourselves collectively. Against society, and now you're being mean to people that are coming together for this one thing that you absolutely adore. That seems really weird. But also like space, especially in pits of like there's no personal space, and like pits are difficult to navigate in general. That's why you got to stand wide, guys. You got to stand wide. Candace and I were always I'm gonna go to the bathroom, stand wide. Like you gotta, give room. If your friends are gonna come, you gotta let the peoples know. I got a friend coming, FYI. It's about to get a little cramped. You may want to scoot. Just aware. But and then there's a lot of talking.
Uh-huh.
But I gotta say, out of all of them, Chris Stapleton has the fucking worst fans. They talk like they're competing with the guy to see who can be louder.
I've always found it weird if you're going to go to a show and they're just going to talk the whole time. Like, why are you here? Go to a bar and put it on the speaker.
It's so wild. It's full conversations.
Yeah, I've always found that weird.
Yeah,
it's like, hello, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, well, can't wait to watch the Eras tour on TikTok.
Yeah.
Next up on the pop culture pop up, there's a rumor.
Mm-hmm.
Rumor has it that One Direction may reunite for the final episodes of the James Corden Late Show. And my question is, will Zayn be there?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Are we reuniting that One Direction
version? Right.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
I believe that the others will do it because of their relationship with James Corden and his producing partner. But what about Zayn? I
believe that the others would do it. That I agree because of their relationship with James, but also because I think look, I think when One Direction broke up, they absolutely knew, all four of them knew, we're not going to get back together.
Right.
And I think they, all the Louis and Harry rumors and like all of that shit that was going on in the fandoms, I think that was very difficult for them to navigate. And so they were very methodical about not interacting or talking about each other for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
They just like wanted none of it. Probably a little bit of trauma, to be quite honest. I mean, if we really look at their schedule, how many albums they released, all the tours they were on, like it was kind of insane the way these boys were being overworked. And we were all like, just, panties wet over them. And they're like, I haven't slept in 5 days. So it's just, it's interesting to look at it after it's all happened. I think they're all now recently getting a little bit more used to like being seen out in public, because this is not to say that I do think they've interacted since they've broken up.
Of course.
But now, like we've recently seen pictures of Niall and Harry like on a hike together, and then Liam was just at Louis Tomlinson's documentary premiere. So it's like now they're getting more comfortable with like being seen out in public interacting. I mean, the fans are still freaking the fuck out about it, but I think they're just like resigned to that, and we're gonna do what we're gonna do. And they're more grown, they probably have a little bit more perspective.
Right.
I think they would do it because I do think that the four of them have a fairly positive relationship with each other. I don't know about Zayn, but I don't know about Zayn just in general. You know what I mean? You don't hear, is he okay?
Right.
You know what I mean? The last thing that I vividly remember about Zayn is like all that drama with Gigi and her mom and
Yolanda.
All of that situation. Yeah.
Yolanda used to be a housewife.
I did know that.
Yeah, on Beverly Hills. I love it when bands that are really, really popular reunite.
Same.
Like, I don't like it when it's like, this is why I really love Beyonce, is because Beyonce has never shied away from the fact that she was in Destiny's Child. And she has invited Kelly and Michelle along for the ride on all the big major milestones of her career.
Justin.
And it's like... Right. Well, and then you have Justin, where it was like, I'm going to pretend that NSYNC never happened.
Right.
And it's like, why? Like,
Right.
you know, that's why people fell in love with you.
Yeah.
That's why people like that's how they became fans of you. So why would you kind of want to I could understand the like need to as an artist move past that, but I think that you can do it in a way where it doesn't completely shun this an entire artistic endeavor. You know what I mean?
And
So
your fans, you know what I
right,
mean? Like there, it's a little weird to act like that, in my opinion, when it's like those fans, like sure you've gathered new ones, but like the diehard ones, the ones that forgive you for the Janets and the Britneys and the
right,
cheating on Jessica, you know what I mean? The ones that stick by you are the ones that are so stuck on the nostalgia of you
yeah,
that they keep overlooking the bad music and the terrible, behavior.
yeah. I mean, remember when he cheated on his wife and got caught?
Vividly, vividly, I do.
I hope to see the One Direction boys reunite. And
Yeah.
hopefully, what's his name?
Zayn,
No, uh,
Liam.
Liam. Hopefully, Liam. I hope he's okay because there were recent photos. Looks like he maybe removed or injected or did something with his face. Uh, Liam, very handsome, needs to do nothing
Yeah.
to his face.
You know, you know, here's the thing. I feel like it, a lot of people play with plastic surgery, just like regular schmo down the street. You know what I mean? They just like play with it, and we don't really get to, they get to stay in their houses and pretend like it didn't happen. Unfortunately, people have to go out, if you're Liam, and get photographed immediately after something. Maybe he doesn't realize that. Look, I recently read an interview with Courtney Cox. Remember when Courtney Cox first
Mm-hmm.
got plastic surgery
Mm-hmm.
and she looked very different?
Mm-hmm.
And people were very loud about that. And she recently, I just read a little, I didn't read all of it, but she was basically saying that she did regret that, and she felt like, why did I do that to my face? And I didn't need
Right.
it. She's like, and now I look at my face and I'm like, maybe I need it, but before, what was I doing, playing with my face? Like, and Liam is so young.
He's so
He's
young.
so young. But yeah, I do think he's been going through a lot,
Right.
and I think that's been rough, and things manifest in different ways to different people, and it sucks that we all get to witness it.
There's a lot of pressure put on these people, especially if you feel
Yeah.
like your career isn't going in the direction that you thought it was going to go in. And then now you're
Yeah.
like, what do I need to do to like, it's rough. It's so
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah.
Next up on the pop culture pop up, Shawn Mendes has said that he is not dating Sabrina Carpenter, despite multiple sightings of them together
Mm-hmm.
in some kind of interview. And then he said, let's talk about this Tommy Hilfiger whoop-de-doo.
Right.
Shawn, respectfully, we're not going to talk about Tommy Hilfiger.
No, we're not.
Although I'm sure you can Google whatever it is the collaboration is, and I'm
Right.
sure it's great, Shawn. Are they dating? Or are they not? It looks like they're dating. What is
Um,
happening, Shawn? Is he trying to throw people off? What is happening, Shawn? Also, did you see that tattoo that he has on his arm that says "Good Boy"?
yeah.
Now, I'm gonna, you know, you could be called a good boy, you know,
Mm-hmm.
when you're having sex and it's one, it's, you could feel
Mm-hmm.
however you feel about it. I don't,
Mm-hmm.
here's what I think happened. And this
You
is
let you
just
let
me,
let it
this is
out.
me trying to take him at his word that he's not gay. I think he,
Okay.
I think that he thinks that he for a long time has had to play the role of a good boy, or like that has been his reputation. And I
Okay.
think that maybe he has maybe he has come to resent it or something, or has had to process that image, maybe
Mhm.
to process it with a therapist. I don't know.
Mhm.
And he got it tattooed on his arm to remind himself
Okay.
of maybe past traumas or different things that he has gone through in life.
Mhm.
Because if he is saying that he is not gay, I'm gonna believe him. But
Mhm.
also, who is getting a tattoo that says "good boy" on their arm where everybody could see it? Now, also, let me add this. I'm not mad at his tattoo. I'm also not mad at anything about Shawn Mendes because,
Right.
listen, I think Shawn Mendes is incredibly sexy.
Okay.
And that's what I had to say about Shawn Mendes. And who is
I
Sabrina
love that.
Carpenter, to be honest with you? I don't know her.
She was in Girl Meets World. How
I know
dare
who she
you?
is. I know who she
Okay,
is. I
I
was
was
just
gonna
saying.
fight you, Adrienne.
I was just saying. Listen,
Here's
if
the
she,
thing.
no, nobody
Okay.
comes for my girl Olivia. Okay. That's when I stopped.
Technically, Miss Olivia, no. Look, I personally, me, who I am as a human, could care less about what that good boy tattoo means because it's the most interesting fucking thing that's ever happened to that man. I, me not knowing makes him so interesting and mysterious. I love that for both of us.
Uh-huh.
I love that you got it, and I love that I don't know what the fuck it's about, and I'm dying to know. I'm dying to know. And that's the most interesting thing that has happened. And let us all know it didn't come out of his mouth. It's just a thing that we know, that we've seen, and he's made zero comment. And that, I love that. I
Mhm,
love that. Also,
mhm,
him being connected to Sabrina Carpenter, to me, also, because she's a little chaotic. She's talking
mhm.
about, big BBCs in places where she shouldn't. Like, I think she's so interesting and like the unfiltered kind of thing that you'd never really know what's going to happen. That I'm
Mhm,
like, this is lean into that. See
mhm.
what could happen. See
Right,
what could happen when connected with people like this.
right.
Um, look, the theories are there.
Abundant.
Abundant, they're everywhere. And everyone takes their time with everything. If I never find out what that good boy tattoo means, I will find Shawn Mendes at the end of my life to be the most interesting fucking man I've ever met. I just love that for him. Babes, we're all thinking it. The man is boring. Okay, the girl or the journalist, whoever, I don't know who's interviewing him for the Tommy Hilfiger thing. She was probably like, "I'm dying out here. Tell me about Sabrina Carpenter." You know what I mean? Like, it's just we don't get much in terms
Right.
of substance. Sometimes he's young, he's learning.
Very young.
No shade,
Young, privileged, been famous for a long time.
babe. If someone at 20 interviewed me, all you'd hear is chaos.
Right.
Chaos. Chaos. I would never recover. My image would never recover from
Right.
20-year-old me. So honestly, less is probably better, but I just love that he's leaning into a little bit more chaotic things safely. Let's not get crazy, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I do love that now there's a mystery.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm like, who is this guy? I thought I knew him, and now he's having tattoos of good boy. That's so insane to me. I just, oh my god, Shawn Mendes, come on the pod. Honestly,
Shawn, come on the
break the
pod.
news here. What was it about? What was going through your head? Who gave it to you? I would love to know, but if I never know, even better, to be honest.
Shawn, come on the pod. So much to
Yeah,
discuss.
yeah.
So much. Ugh, Shawn.
I just
Okay.
can't wait for the journalist that's going to have the balls to ask him.
Right. Someone will.
And someone will, because there's not a lot, you know what I mean? And it's like they think they can get away with it because it's like, what else are we going to talk
I
about?
mean,
You know
that
what
would
I
be the
mean?
first thing I would ask him. I'd be like, Shawn, welcome to You, Me, and Chisme. your number one source for Chisme on the internet.
Mhm.
And listen, we're going to get straight to the point. Okay. You have a tattoo that says good boy. The world wants to know who, what, where, when, why. What does the tattoo mean? When did you get it? Why did you put it on your body? Go. That's how I would start the interview.
Okay.
And then I would end it with what kind of drugs were you and Camila on? That's the range of questions we're going through.
And what I'm scared is he's going to say, I've never touched a drug in my life.
Okay.
And that's just him.
Then I would say Exhibit A. And Angie would start rolling the clip of them walking dazed down the streets of Miami. Tell me what this is about.
Empty coffee mugs. Yeah.
With empty, what was it? Was it the drug of Hollywood pressure to be in a fake relationship? Is that what it is, Shawn? Because that's a drug. Fame is a drug. Is fame your drug of choice, Shawn? Is fame the drug that you need help with? Because we can get you help, Shawn. But only if you tell me what the damn good boy tattoo means. I mean, I literally feel that Barbara Walters lives inside me. That
I see it.
Anyways, finally on the pop culture pop up, celebrity stylist to the stars, as they would say, Roach, recently announced that he is retiring from styling celebrities. And everybody was in a tizzy. Everybody was saying, well, does it have to do with this video of him and Zendaya walking into a fashion show where there's only a seat on the front row for Zendaya, and then she basically says, oh, there's a seat behind me, and he said no. Although, what happened after that video? Where did he sit? What happened after the video? That video cuts off there. What
and
happened?
I don't think they've asked him about it. So he did an interview and they've asked him. I don't think he said.
He probably didn't. Anyways, over the weekend, Mr. Roach said there was a particular client of his on Oscar Sunday that was going to walk the carpet at the Vanity Fair show. And this particular client, this particular celebrity had to wear, I think, a particular designer. There was a kind of collaboration that had to happen. There was a 3-4-way call. Roach, the client, the star, the person, her publicist, and then the person from the designer. And Law was saying that everything was getting turned around on him, that he was being blamed for things, blah, 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 blah. And I guess the night of, also that particular client, I guess the dress got caught when they were getting out of the car and it completely ripped and you could see things that you couldn't see. Anyways, Law was saying that he felt unsafe, that he didn't feel supported in that phone call, but also felt like he was being chastised. And that's one thing that Law does not do. And so now he says that he's going to retire from styling. Now, I think that he's still going to style Zendaya because that is magic. But who's to say? He made it very clear it's not about Zendaya, and also made it clear it's about some other bitch. And we don't know who it is, and I don't think the internet has figured out who it is.
I just looked it up. I don't think they figured it out either. There are options though. This is like when Beyonce got bit. They're trying to deduce Jesus. There apparently he styled a couple of artists included Megan Thee Stallion, but he said already it's not Megan. Haley Steinfeld, Kerry Washington, Hunter Schafer, and Eve Jobs.
And he posted all of their photos from the carpet.
He did.
But
he said this person didn't make it to the carpet.
Right, because it's
someone that was at the Oscars, but not at the Vanity
Fair. Not
Fair.
necessarily. I think it was somebody who maybe was just invited to the Vanity Fair party.
I thought he said that he had styled them the night before or that earlier night or something like that.
Oh, maybe for a different party? I feel
Maybe
like
for a
if they
different.
went to the Oscars and we knew that they were styled by La Roche, it'd be a little bit easier to figure out.
Right.
Listen, I need to know who this is. Law, if you're not styling anymore, you have some free time. Come on the pod.
I mean, yeah, this is wild. It's wild because their name is so I feel like it's almost reached an iconic level with Zendaya's looks, particularly.
Right.
Like, you know, if Zendaya's gonna show up on a red carpet, she's gonna look amazing, flawless, phenomenal. Like, there's not a doubt in your
Well,
brain.
there was just recently there was like 3 days in a row where she was doing something, and
Hmm.
I mean, she is so she first of all, she is incredibly gorgeous, so
Yeah,
stunning, so stunning, and then the clothes that he puts her in is just it
yeah,
it's done so well. So I mean, and also I mean, Law Roach is a personality as well. Like he was a judge on I forget the name of the show on HBO. Um oh my god. What is the
Project
name of
Runway.
no, not no.
I mean, I just thought of a fashion show.
First of all, Project Runway is on Bravo, Julie.
Is it?
Um,
Oh my God.
Bravo invented Project Runway. Um, it's no, it's the ballroom competition show. Oh my gosh.
Oh, oh, is it the one with Kiki?
Yeah, she was in it. She was in the last season.
Oh, I
She
don't
was
know what it's called, but
legendary. It's called
nice.
Legendary.
Love
Um,
that.
but like, I mean, La Roach isn't just a celebrity stylist.
Right.
La Roach is an
An
enterprise,
entity.
an
Yeah.
entity. Um, you know, no, there's no such thing as bad press.
No, and honestly, I think if it comes down to like I want to be respected, I don't think it's wild. Like though that's like a massive feeling. So I feel like sure, is it a little intense to be like, I'm retiring? But it's like you got to think about what a black man in the fashion industry has probably gone through his entire career for something to be like, you know what, bitch, I'm done, like I've gone through so much and now you finally, there's this sense of I've made it, there's no more fighting, and yet still I have to either keep standing up for myself, keep speaking up for myself, and it must be exhausting to do that in an industry that is just churning people left and right out of the industry itself. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think this is the last we're going to hear of Law Roach. I mean, you're right. He's his own entity and he's bigger than styling Zendaya,
Right.
or any other celebrity, but
Right.
yeah, crazy.
I just know that that girl is shaking in her boots at home. She's like, oh my God,
They're going to find out.
they're
They're
going
going
to
to find
find out.
out. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Hmm.
Well, that's going to do it for the Pop Culture Pop Up. We'll be back next week with more pop culture chisme. Julie, do you have a Latinx spotlight for us?
I do have Latinx Spotlight. There's a movie out now. You can rent it. It's on demand. You can get on YouTube, Vudu. It's called All the World is Sleeping. It is starring Melissa Barrera and directed by Ryan Layson. It is about a young mother in New Mexico that sinks deeper into depression while struggling to care for her daughter. It is a downer. It's a downer. We got early access to this movie, so I got to see it a couple of weeks ago. I haven't been moved by a movie like this in a very long time. Like the performance that Melissa Barrera does in this film is very um moving, palpable. The energy from the screen is like this girl is really going through it. And it was beautiful to watch. So essentially, Ryan Layson worked with a nonprofit in New Mexico. That's where he grew up. It's a predominantly Latinx community. And he got together with a nonprofit and 7 women who have gone through addiction, existing with addiction, helped him write the script. So they were really a part of the entire film process. They were there on set. They talked to Melissa. They had conversations about, a little bit of their stories was ingrained into this larger, this bigger picture of a mother going through addiction. And the thing that I loved about this movie is, we get stories about addiction all the time. And of course they're downers, and of course they're heartbreaking and very real. This had zero judgment. This is a woman who was stuck in a situation that she cannot help, and maybe she's not a great mother, and that's who she is right now. And that doesn't define her life. That doesn't define anything other than this moment. And Melissa Barrera plays it so beautifully, because you can very easily hate this woman at the beginning because of the way she acts, the dangers that she puts her daughter in, the way she doesn't think about her daughter in the beginning. And yet you don't, because there's no judgment. It's like, this is just a story about a circumstance that so many people go through. They cannot help it. And then you get to see, she decides to get clean, and centers close the door on her because she doesn't meet the requirements, because they have no more beds, because whatever it is, she got there too late or whatever it is. And so she has to go through withdrawal in her room by herself and just try to get through it and survive it. And it's a beautiful movie. I highly, if you listen to anything I've ever said, I said this about Blind Spotting. Now I'm going to say this about this. If you ever listen to anything I've ever recommended, please let it be this movie. All the World is Sleeping. You can rent it. It's $6.99 on YouTube if you want to go that route. It's a phenomenal movie. You will cry. I cried. Of course I did. Melissa Barrera, I think one day we're going to be seeing her on that little Oscar stage accepting an award, because I don't think we've even gotten close to seeing the power in her performances.
Okay. I love it. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
Time for some azúcar. I'll go first. My azúcar this week is we celebrated my roommates and best friends, Jaime and Ken, who are getting married very, very soon. And we went down to Palm Springs and had a little weekend extravaganza, bachelor extravaganza. And it was just so fun and nice to see them with their friends and their family, and have a good time. They deserve it. They're a beautiful couple. They're beautiful people. And I hope that they enjoy all of the good, fun things that are going to happen in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, it was a good time had by all. I hope I got a little bit of a tan. The weather was nice. It didn't rain, not until we left. I was so worried it was going to rain. We did all the things. You should see me play Rage Cage. I'm really good at it.
I love that. How fun.
Yeah, it was very cute. I hope they had a good time. And yeah, they deserve the world. They've already found each other, so you can only wish so much more good things for them.
They're capped. Yeah. They're good. I love that.
But yes, so that's my azúcar.
Lovely. My azúcar. After struggling to get through the first episode of The Last of Us, because I cried too hard, 34 minutes into it, I did have to pause it, and it took me a couple of weeks to get back into it. I am now done, and I can say it's my favorite thing, and I love it. And I love Pedro, and I love Bella in a very real way, like in a very real way. I need you guys to understand that I want to take care of Bella. And I don't want anybody to hurt them ever in life. I'm not going to say anything, but if you've watched the finale, there's an exchange where Pedro says something to Bella, and it's a lie. And Bella chooses to believe the lie, even though she kind of deep down inside knows that this her human that she loves is lying to her. And I've never felt more broken than realizing that that lie is going to come out someday. And they're going to feel pain. And that kills me. And it kills me. I've never played the game. FYI, I've never played The Last of Us. I didn't know anything about the game. And then here I am, completely enthralled, obsessed, could not get enough of it. I watched all the behind the scenes, watched all the fucking interviews. As soon as I finished the show, I was like, give me more of these two immediately. Pedro Pascal's talent, I want him to his schedule is so packed. Pedro, I do want you to take a vacation. I want him to get more into movies because I see an Oscar, because his performances are so rooted in reality. It like gives me chills to see the way that he acts. Because for a minute I'm like, is he acting? Because I believe it. Like I believe in this world now. And Bella, she is so young and she's so freaking talented. Out of this world. They go by they, them. I'm sorry. But they're so talented. And yeah, I cried every single, don't get attached. If you haven't seen the show, get attached to nobody. Just go in and say, I will be crying. And yeah, I cried every single episode, but it was phenomenal television. So watch The Last of Us on HBO Max.
Thanks, Julie.
Thank you.
I'll have to catch up.
Sometimes not saying something is fine. Sometimes just saying that's great. You don't have to lie to me.
I would like to watch it.
Okay.
Here, listen, this is what's going to happen the
Okay.
rest of the night.
Okay.
We're going to finish here.
Okay.
I'm going to get some dinner. I'm going to upload the episodes. I'm going to unpack my suitcase. I'm going to shower. At that point, it's going to be midnight. At that point, I can't watch TV anymore.
Okay.
I'm gonna be too tired. And I went an entire day without watching anything.
Right. Okay.
And then tomorrow, I don't know. I don't know when I'll be able to watch TV.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm so sorry. And then I have to finish the damn Housewives of Miami, catch up on the Real Housewives of New Jersey. We'll catch up on Abbott Elementary.
I am behind on Abbott as well. Yeah. Okay.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
And then I said that I would catch up on Succession too. And I'm just like, well, when do I watch it? When?
Yeah.
And then I gotta watch The View every day.
Yeah, you're really playing it fast and loose with the I gotta. But no, it's fine. Look, here's the thing.
I want to.
Okay, there's the truth. We found it.
I want to watch.
I'm just kidding. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. It's your quirk.
And yours is not eating Indian food. All right. Thanks, Julie.
Thank you.
That's going to do it for us. We've reached the end of the episode. Make sure that you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter at You, Me, and Chisme. Make sure that you rate, subscribe, review, do all the fun things you could do with this podcast on the internet. We would appreciate a review. Anybody, somebody, say something.
D, do you have an iPhone?
Do you listen on Apple Podcasts? Because if you do, you should leave us a review.
What about Christian Alex?
Christian has.
Alex?
Christian has left a review.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alex, I didn't want to have to yell at him so quickly into our friendship. So
Alex could very well have, but I'm not too sure at the moment. But I know Christian has. But what about Angie? Has Angie?
She has.
Okay.
Well, I also think her husband has. I think Eric has as well.
Sweet.
Don't quote me.
Okay.
Could be wrong.
Okay. Well, listen, you can also watch us on YouTube. You can leave comments there. You can watch us on YouTube. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure that you visit our website at yumiandchisme.com. You can subscribe to the newsletter there. Make sure you read all of Julie's wonderful reviews. Julie has
There's
been
a
cranking
lot.
out reviews.
Yes, I have.
She's been doing the work. There's so many things to do. So many things to do. Pick one.
Any of them. Just one.
And then if you do, we'll come back next week with more Chisme. But until then, make sure you have lots of love, lots of peace, and most importantly, lots of Chisme in your life. Bye.
Bye.